Hey everyone, just a quick heads up that in this episode we talk openly about mental health, which some listeners might find difficult to hear. Don't forget there is help out there. More information is available at the end of this episode. Enjoy!
What does that do?
That syncs up the audio. So we know that you can see, you should have a little big line right on yours.
You see it?
Yeah. So we'll sync it up from there and then we just edit it from there.
And that's where it cuts. Yeah.
Hello.
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 Welcome back. Episode 2 of the Base Talkz.
The Base Talkz.
The Base Talkz.
So how are we all doing today then? How are we feeling?
Amazing.
Yeah, good.
Yeah?
Hopefully not as yawn.
No,
Not as yawning.
you were very tired last time.
Very.
You're a bit better today.
Not really.
We got a better setup this time
Yeah,
as well.
yeah.
We can
No, this is
eye each
better.
other.
Yeah.
Eye each other
Very
from either side of the
It
table.
was like having a
So
conversation.
this is better than last time, yeah?
Yeah, because I wasn't very comfy last time.
That's good. And you helped set up as well,
Yeah.
begrudgingly.
Took some photos.
Yeah? It's been a good little setup.
Yeah, it's been good.
Yeah, we're good. Yeah.
So as you said, this is the second episode of the Base Talkz. It's still very new to us all. We're all still trying to find our way with it, but I think the last one went really well. Proper excited for today. George has just said 2 minutes ago he's hopefully not as yawny, he's just yawning in front of me.
He's yawned already.
It was one.
I have to do yawn count.
Yeah,
So
we'll
she-
do a yawn count.
Every time.
What's the time? 20 past 12.
20 past 12.
It's still early.
You're number one, still early.
It's still early.
Still early.
So should we just do quick introductions then? George, kick us off. Who are you? Why are you here?
My name's George. I'm here because I love Youth Club and Didcot TRAIN.
Nice, thank you. Ruby?
I'm Ruby. I'm here for the same reason. Want to get involved in the podcast.
And you guys are our hosts. We're just
Yeah.
guesting.
You're the guest.
Yeah, we're the guests.
We're the main
We're
character.
Well, I thought we were we're just NPCs, aren't we?
Yeah.
Yeah, you could just let us do the talking.
But on this side of the table, I'm Tom. I'm a volunteer here with Didcot TRAIN.
And I'm Ryan. I'm the senior youth worker here with Didcot TRAIN.
Nice. So I've got a question,
Yeah.
right? We've done, first episode's gone out, edited together. It's live. Your name was up in
It's got
lights.
100 views.
Over 100 views
We
already.
need more subscribers on
We
YouTube.
need more subscribers. Of course,
subscribe
yeah.
and like,
Unfortunately, subscribe.
comment.
What's the response been? What did you think of it?
I thought it was really good.
I watched some of it. I loved it. It's amazing.
Yeah, I've had a lot of positive feedback. A lot of other professionals have reached out. The team as well within TRAIN have been very complimentary, and as well the big man, the big boss, Brian, the chair of the board
He
of
listened to
trustees. He has listened to it and he loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the response has been really good. How does it feel being out there?
Feels good that I think there's a lot of pressure for the first episode.
Yeah.
The expectations, and now that we've done it, ready for number 2.
Just keep getting better and better.
Does it feel more like you can do it now? It's easy to do.
I feel more comfortable.
Yeah, I didn't really know what to expect at first, but now it's good now.
It's really good. I just wanted to highlight, of course, last time round we had J1 on productions. Jaden, unfortunately Jaden isn't here today. He's busy elsewhere, but shout out Jaden, we appreciate your help last couple
Might
weeks
see him
ago.
next time.
He'll be here next time, of course. Part of the team, right?
Yes, definitely. He's our producer.
Producer.
And you two are the hosts and we're just the
Yeah,
NPCs.
you're the randoms.
You're the
You're the
randoms.
Who are you?
So
Not
look, so
sure.
we've talked a little bit about the response to episode 1 and like how people have felt about it. Like what have people said about it at school?
Just positive. A lot of positives. I haven't had any negatives about it.
Okay, that's good.
Yeah,
So
my
there's a
mum
lot
and my
of people-
family really liked it,
Yeah.
but I think we need to get it more spread around people.
Cool.
Yeah. So you mentioned we've had 100 views on YouTube, 100 plus. I think across all platforms with YouTube, SoundCloud, Instagram, Facebook, we're about 200 to 230 views, which is incredible. Yeah, slight little clap. But no, it's really positive. The feedback's been really good. We've heard a lot of good things.
Come
Again,
to join us.
yeah,
That is so
literally
weird.
episode 1, first 30 seconds, the blues and twos going by.
It has disappeared though already.
Yeah.
Didn't come past.
But how are we feeling today? You've already said that you feel more comfortable, more relaxed. What are you thinking about the podcast in general? How are you feeling about the actual experience?
I'm excited for the full experience of it, and now that we know kind of what we're doing, it's going to be exciting to get some more things that are going to be on it, and like the different things that we're going to be doing on the podcast.
Yeah, there's a lot of a good experience for like young people just to get involved in
Exactly.
stuff like this that will I think it will boost our confidence as well to be able to talk to people.
So talk us through the ideas you've had then, because we talked about a few this morning, haven't we? And I'm really interested in kind of what you think we might do next. What's kind of the big plan?
So we're going to do an Ask Ruby section. So if you have any questions or anything you'd like to know, and I'll answer them and maybe give you some advice.
Now the better bit of the podcast. Curious George.
Always humble.
Always. This is where the best member will just waffle, really. It's what I do the best.
You are quite good at that, aren't you?
Oh yeah, you can waffle more, but my waffling's better.
There's a competition of who's got the best waffle.
Yeah.
I think I could probably win that one, couldn't I?
I think you might have him with a good shout.
Out of the NPCs, Ryan's up there.
Yeah.
He's not a member of this.
Yeah, but I waffle
Yeah.
just about everything. Can you just waffle about the most random stuff?
Talking about finite resources and Love Island.
And
No, it was about chronology and...
and
EastEnders.
transverse and longitudinal waves.
Oh yeah, we was mentioning about that. Learn about that in
It's the
science
whole
right now.
setup.
Yeah.
You're
So-
learning stuff for the podcast.
So when we were talking last time, we were talking about school, we were talking about education, we were talking about finite resources and things like that. Has there been any response from school?
Yeah, a
Checked
couple
it
of my
out?
friends have sent me links of it, but I'm gonna show it to the school. It'd be quite nice to show the school the podcast and they can get more of an insight. 'Cause obviously they work with Didcot TRAIN, but I think it'd be nice to see what Didcot TRAIN is from a young person's perspective instead of just seeing it from like the youth workers' perspective, like coming into school, stuff like that. So I'm gonna share it with school.
And some of the youth workers came to my school and they did a thing at lunchtime about a survey, and that's when the teachers found out about what I've done with Youth Club about going to France, doing this podcast. They was quite proud, I think. They was...
Yeah.
Your teachers were?
Yeah, they was...
Yeah.
That's amazing.
It made me... I don't know, it gives me, like, the confidence for at school you can... I can't think of the word. You can...
Skills.
Yeah, there's a thing where you can apply, that's the word. Apply for, like, head boy. When I'm in year 11, you apply for head boy and, like,
House captains.
house...
Do you have house
We're not house, though. Like, they're the leaders of the year, technically. You get, like, a special tie.
Yeah.
So you think maybe that might be something that you might be up for doing?
Yeah, I would say so.
What do you think you'd get out of that?
There's be a lot of responsibilities, and I don't know. I'm just eager to do
You've
it.
always been a really keen learner. You've always been really invested in getting involved, and of course with the participation work that we do here at Train. Both of you have been really helpful with the participation work. Of course, as it come up last week with getting work out there for the young people to build a relationship in the community, build a presence in the community for Didcot TRAIN. You've both been very helpful with that. We had some really great feedback when we helped run the open day for the local community centre. That was great. George and Ruby, you both did some tours. Amazing feedback from councillors. The mayor was there, wasn't she?
Yeah.
The mayoress was there, and it was a really great experience. And then of course we did some more fun things with making mocktails and learning how the art of, what's it called? Is it drink mixing? Is that what it's called?
Mixology.
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 Yeah,
Is
but
that
we
a real
also
word?
we made like
Mixology.
teas and coffees as well.
You're a
Yeah.
mixologist.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is it that you, Ruby, I'm going to ask you this question. What is it that you get out of just being involved and having responsibility? How does it feel as a young person to have that trust shown in you?
It's like good leadership skills. Like it shows me that I can like take control of things, and it just, I don't know, it makes me more of a like, I don't know how to describe the word, but like being more positive about things and taking like a better approach to things from past experiences. And like if I did something like after doing the community centre, I was then willing to do other things involving that. At first I was like, I didn't really know what it was about, but then it made me more like involved in helping things and doing better things.
I suppose that's why it makes perfect sense. And I suppose that's why we've sort of entrusted you with the Ask Ruby segment, because you're always good at giving advice. And I know from personal experience, sometimes it can be hard giving yourself advice.
Yeah.
But you've shown great progress and maturity in your development through training and other things. With the Ask Ruby segment, what sort of questions can people ask you? Is it dilemmas? Is it questions about school? Is it just questions about life? What sort of questions would you be looking to help with?
All of it really. As long as anything to do with school. I'm in year 11 now, so if you have any school questions or like just help about anything like that, you can ask. Dilemmas, any life things I might be able to give some advice on. But yeah, just send us.
So what we're looking for is people to send their questions in, right? So if you're a young person in Didcot, if you're an adult in Didcot and you're listening to this, then we can answer your questions through Ask Ruby.
Can you send it anonymously?
You can send it anonymously. You can send a message on Instagram at Didcot TRAIN.
So I've got a question for you then, Ruby, on that basis. Do you think young people ask for help enough?
No.
Why do you think that is?
I think a lot of young people, when they ask things or ask for help, I think they're like scared of the outcome, and if they need advice but they don't want to, like the situation they need advice, I think they hide it and they just think, oh, it'll be fine. But sometimes you need to ask and you need to like reach out for help or advice on a situation.
Do you think there's a fear then of like being seen as needing help, or what do you think is like preventing people from maybe reaching out or saying, oh, I need a bit of a hand with this?
Just like, the judgment, I think. Oh God, my voice keeps going. But if it was something to do with like mental health or something like that as well, that's obviously a big part in today's world about that. And if someone asks for help for mental health, people would think, oh, like maybe they're being like attention seeking because of it. And I think for our age group, it's a big thing with mental health. Like if you're doing it in a way that you want everyone to be like, oh, is she okay? Or oh, just like he need help. But it's actually really important that you ask out, and if you need help for something like that, rather than like playing it off because you don't want people to like judge you for it.
George, how is it with your friends? Do your mates kind of ask each other for help, or kind of talk about maybe struggles they're going through, or do you generally not?
I think they keep it to themselves a lot. I know some things that are happening with my friends, and they will tell me about it, and I'll try my best to help them. But I think the majority of the things that happen in their lives, they keep to themselves, which is their choice, and who they can trust. But I always try and make sure that they know that I'm there to talk, or if they just want to talk to someone, I'm there for them.
The trust thing's really tricky, isn't it? Because I think you can have like 100 good experiences where you're talking to friends about stuff, and people listen to you honestly and advise you or whatever. But if you have that one experience where you feel like your trust has been broken, it can often make you not want to talk about stuff, right?
Yeah, definitely.
It's important for anyone and everyone to talk about mental health, but I think it's especially important for young men to talk about mental health. It's something that's very personal to me for reasons which I won't go into. And I think that when we talk about mental health, we need to talk about the fear. As you highlighted, there is a lot of fear in young people. So just having that outlet where you can put some dilemma or a question on a piece of paper and it can be completely anonymous, we can then talk about it. It doesn't have to be anything clinical. None of us are mental health professionals. We're just people, human beings, and it's important that we share kindness and help each other out, right?
It's like getting rid of the stigma of like people can't reach out when they like you should reach out. Like it takes a lot, but we're not, like you said, Brian, we're not mental health professionals, but at the end of the day, if you need a bit of advice, then send your questions.
But no one should feel like they're by themselves on anything.
100%.
You've always got, even just talk to your friends, they'll try their best.
There are, there's now 8 billion people in the world, isn't there? I think the last time it was
something like that,
recorded, about 8 billion people in the world. Of those 8 billion, there's going to be at least one person you can talk to.
Exactly.
Is there any advice then? Because we've spoken about mental health and we've spoken about speaking and talking out and reaching out and things like that. Is there any bit of advice you would give to someone who may be listening now thinking, you know what, I've just heard what they've said, that resonates with me, I might reach out, but they're feeling a bit anxious, a bit worried. What advice would you give them? How do you think we can overcome that fear, that worry?
I think it's baby steps. Don't take one massive step that's gonna actually make it worse and better. Like you're not gonna have to. It's not gonna be solved in just one hour. Like you need to take baby steps and tell someone that you trust, like one of your closest friends or family. Then you can discuss how you're gonna take it from there. Because I think baby steps are better than big jumps.
Trainer, they're one of the best people that you can come to about those problems that are happening to you. And I think they will try their best to resolve it. But like Ruby said, it's not going to happen straight away. It's a process.
Have an open mind about it. Yeah. And it's good to talk to them as well because they've all been through things themselves as well. Like everyone's been through like problems, and I think it makes it easier to talk to because they can like give you their advice, or you can kind of just talk to them through it because it's not someone who hasn't experienced anything like that before. They're not just brand new people.
I'll tell you one thing I always like as well is this kind of idea that whatever you're feeling about something is really legitimate and genuine. And you know, I know sometimes people feel like, oh, I can't be angry about that, I can't be sad about that, whatever it might be. But actually, you know, whatever anybody is feeling is completely genuine, completely legitimate. And you know, if you talk to people about it, 9 times out of 10, people are going to go, oh yeah, I've felt that way before as well.
And that's where talking about things becomes very important. So I like that you're all highlighting that. It's important.
Yeah, it is very important.
George, what have you got a view on this one? Or
I think it's important that you don't let the problem get to you.
Mm.
Obviously, it's going to be difficult, but as long as you're not thinking about it, you do something to take your mind off it.
You need
just open up to a trusted person in your life.
Yes, I mean, like you need that one person you can talk to.
And the thing I always think as well, just to round this off, is like if one of your friends came to you with a problem, how would you react? You'd react positively. You'd be like, yeah, of course I'll listen to you. Of course I'll talk it through with you. Yeah. So you know, it's weird that often we feel like other people are going to respond differently when we ask them for help. But if other people came to us for help, we'd quite happily jump in and talk to them about whatever it is they wanted to talk about.
Well, yeah, that's like me. I'm easier for like myself. I'm better off giving advice and taking my own advice. And like when one of my friends will come to me and I give them advice, I think for like solving a problem, it's easier for someone else to help you than try and go through it alone. And like, yeah, having that one person or a couple of people you can trust.
I appreciate that you were talking about steps as well, because one thing that Tom and I we've kind of argued about and debated about is a Martin Luther King quote where he says that just take the first step in faith. You don't need to see the whole staircase, just take the first step. And I think that's really, really important to recognise, is that, as you were saying, Ruby, it's all small steps. You don't need to see the whole staircase. You don't need to see every step. You just need to take the first steps. It's a really good way of pinpointing that. So, no, I like that. It's good.
We'll take a second, take a break, and then we'll come back and talk about Curious George and what you've been up to this week, George. Okay, great. So, George, last podcast we talked about your segment, Curious George. George Explores, Find Out with George, whatever it's going to be called.
Still debating.
And we set you the challenge, didn't we, of watching some TV shows.
You did.
Including Love Island.
It was EastEnders.
Yeah.
And Emmerdale Coronation Street.
Emmerdale Coronation Street.
The 3 main soaps, isn't it?
And you were going to feed back to us, weren't you?
I thought I'd get rid of that plan. I thought it was rubbish.
Right, okay.
Came home back from school one day and Mum was watching Love Island, so I sat down with her.
Nice.
Watched it. Am I allowed to say the spoilers?
You can say, yeah, you can give the spoilers if you like.
Say the spoilers.
Oh, you're going to have to correct me if I'm wrong.
Right,
so there was a new girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, new girl.
And there was a boy.
Yeah.
I don't know what the boy's name was or the girl's name.
Yeah.
But the boy had a girl already.
Ellie and Josh.
Oh.
He was already in a relationship.
I'm not sure. But the boy kissed the new girl.
But no one knew about it, did they?
No one knew.
It sounds like you might have been hooked in on this.
You got great excitement in your voice there.
Did that go well?
No, it ended.
What ended?
Well, I think it's between Liv and Josh as Zara, just because Josh, the new girl of Ellie.
Well, a lot of drama. It made it interesting. I don't normally watch
But then
Love
Zara
Island,
got kicked off the Love Island. Well, not kicked off, but she got dumped from the island.
Oh.
So you watched the whole episode then in the end?
I watched the last 10 minutes.
Okay. The last 10 minutes. That's all you need, isn't it?
So this is the extensive research you've done into your Curious.
But that 10 minutes, I love that 10 minutes.
You loved it?
Ah.
So you've not watched it? Have you watched it since or no?
No.
I'm going to make you watch episode of Love Island.
Yeah?
I think we should do a live Q&A of us watching an episode of Love Island.
You know what? I'll be down for that.
And then we answer the questions. Be on Instagram or YouTube, and then we answer the questions in the comments, and we just do a live watch along.
Yeah, but George would be talking the whole time.
So you're saying that I'm a waffler then?
Oh my gosh,
Yeah,
just
that-
watch it.
Go on. Are you not a good person to watch stuff with? Are you like chatting in films?
No,
Yeah.
no, I don't.
reason-
No, don't say that. I'm a good person.
So that's a yes then,
You're
right?
very defiant.
It depends on what we're watching. If it's interesting, I will be quiet and I'll watch it.
Yeah.
So you won't be quiet watching Man United then, because that's not interesting.
Ooh.
You're
The look that George is giving. No,
You're looking at me.
if looks could kill,
yeah,
right?
looks could kill. I'd be dead now.
Yeah, you're opposite me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So do you pay attention, George, during a film, or are you the person who's going like, who's he? Why is he there?
I love films. I
Okay.
love watching films. Toy Story is my favourite.
Okay.
Which one? 1, 2, 3, or 4?
There's 4
There
There's.
is.
When I was little, I used to watch one where they would.
in the toy shop.
No, yeah, they go.
That's
No,
Toy
they
Story
go
4,
to. They
isn't
go
it?
to the nursery.
And it's a Spoon Boy. Spoon
Yeah.
Oh, that's the new one.
Forky. Forky.
The new one.
Yeah.
Is that the newest one?
Yeah.
That's Toy
And
Story
then
4,
what
yeah.
was the one before that? Where
What's
they
the
went
one?
to
Toy Story 3.
The,
When they
the
went to
antique
the-
shop. And it was Mary, the sheep in the antique shop.
To be honest, I don't recall watching it.
I don't know which one's which.
But it's your favourite film, and you don't know which
No,
one's
no.
which.
My favourite one was. It's not. I don't think it's a film. It's a clip. But when I was little, I had it on DVD.
It's a TikTok.
No, it wasn't. I had it on DVD,
Musically.
and it had the Toy Story film, but it had an extra thing on. It was where Andy gave the toys to Bonnie, I believe her name was,
Oh, I know what you mean.
and they went to the hotel, and then the toys escaped, and they got like taken, and they had to break out of this glass cabinet. That's my favourite one.
by that man.
Is that one of
Yeah,
the?
that is the actual
yeah.
film.
That's
yeah.
an actual film.
That was Toy Story 1, wasn't it? Where-
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, Toy Story 1's with the like evil boy in it.
Yeah, no, that was
The one that looked.
yeah,
I
like
can't say
Sid.
what it looks like.
Is his name Sid?
Yeah. It's,
And then number 2 was where they got on the plane. What was that? I love Toy
Jeez.
Story.
I can tell.
More than Love Island, apparently.
Yeah.
And you didn't even watch Emmerdale.
Number 3 was
Oh,
with
he
the
said
big pink cuddly bear when they went to the nursery. And then number 4 was the.
Forky.
No, I'm pretty sure number Forky was in the.
No, Forky.
It was in most recent one,
Like
yeah.
a really recent
Which one
thing.
was number
Like
3
you can
then?
get like Forky toys now.
Yeah.
What was number 3 then?
I honestly do not recall.
Google it.
No, we'll keep talking.
Right, this is Curious George.
So
today.
George, what's your challenge then for before the next episode? So this one you watched 10 minutes of one show. We challenged you with watching 4 episodes.
Oh my god, I was right.
Go on.
It was the number 3 is the pink one. No, the pink bear.
And they go to the school.
This is good audio entertainment.
This is extensive.
You two on your
research.
phones.
This,
I'm not.
this
You're not on
is-
your phone.
This,
There you go.
And then Toy Story 4 is the one with
Forky.
the four.
Okay, so look, right, show of hands for the 3 of us that aren't George here. Has George succeeded or failed in his challenge?
I'm
I'm
watched 10
not giving
minutes.
you that. You get 10 minutes, George. I'm not giving you that.
Yeah.
Oh,
Or EastEnders. You can either watch EastEnders or Love Island.
So go on. What's the challenge then for between
Yeah.
now and the next podcast? Something more achievable.
make it easier.
Make it easier.
What do we reckon we
Well,
can get him
EastEnders
to
is
watch?
only 20 minutes.
It is.
20 minutes.
about
It's only
25.
25 minutes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Love Island's like a good hour, so we
Yeah.
could watch EastEnders.
But the issue with watching one episode of EastEnders is you're then lost on what's where, who's where.
Yeah, but I watch everything.
So you watch everything, so you could potentially put him on board with what's going on then, and stuff like that. So what else then could we get him to be watching or even listening? Maybe there's a news article he can read. Maybe we can get him to do some
Maybe eating
research.
something.
Oh my god, guess what I ate this week?
Go on.
A lychee.
Yeah?
Lychee, is that what they're called?
Yeah.
Yeah. I picked the skin, and it looked like an eyeball. Someone said
An
that.
eyeball,
An
yeah,
eyeball,
yeah,
an eyeball.
A lot of faffing around with the lychee, I think, in there.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be really nice. I put it in my mouth, chewed down on it, and it was disgusting.
I like lychee juice more than I like the actual fruit. If I'm honest, I don't like the fruit, but the juice itself is great.
Okay, so come on then. What's the challenge for this week then, George?
Can you just make it like watch a Toy Story?
No, I don't know, because you already done.
Can't be something you've done.
I tell you what. Have you ever baked before, like cakes, biscuits, shortbread, flapjack?
I've made a cake.
Right. Do you make dinner at home? Tell you what. Should we do that? You have to make one meal at home.
Yeah.
Can it be
And
for
your mum's
myself?
probably
Does it have-
listening.
It can be for yourself,
It can
your
be for
mum.
yourself.
Mum, I'm gonna make
She's
myself
listening
dinner
to
one
this.
day. You
And it can't. It
Yeah, but
can't
he'll
just,
make like eggs on toast.
I say it can't just be chicken nuggets out of the freezer and put in the oven for 20 minutes, 180 degrees, because we all know that's the universal rule of cooking stuff.
I always just shove the oven.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It can't be that. You have to properly.
And we
cut
want
stuff,
to see it
dice stuff.
filmed. We want to see it filmed,
Yeah.
George. We'll put it on the train Instagram. People can see it.
Yeah.
See you making that meal.
I
Tell them
do
what you're
food
making.
tech at school though.
That's all right. Well, then you'll be great at it, won't
Yeah.
you? That's your challenge. Look, we've agreed. We've set you the challenge, George. That's it. The three of us have agreed.
Yeah.
You've got to make a meal. And you've got to film it so we can put it on Instagram.
And I'd also like an email from your mum saying that it was great.
And she can confirm that you
Yeah.
actually made it.
If you
Yeah.
can ask her for a score out of 10, that would be spot on. I
Yeah,
think.
cook your mum a nice meal.
Cook your mum a nice meal
Yeah.
and get a score out of 10.
Just cooking a steak.
Yeah, you do
Yeah.
steak if you like. Yeah,
But you can't just be steak.
has
Steak,
to be-
chips.
steak and chips. Yeah, that's all right.
Yeah.
A bit of peas on the side.
Homemade
Maybe.
chips. That's a good point. You got to cut the potatoes up,
You've got to peel them,
peel them,
wash
everything.
them.
It wouldn't be a challenge if it was easy, would it? Eh?
No.
You
What?
actually have to do it though.
I just stick them in the air fryer.
Right. So
That's what needs to be done, that's what needs to be
this
done.
week then, George. So that it's we got the
Are
film.
you funding the food?
We fund. You can fund the food.
You've got a job.
There you go.
There you go.
So this week you're going to make a meal, and we'll get the video up.
How much is a steak?
Get the video up.
In hyperinflation times.
We'll get the video up not long after this podcast goes out. There's your challenge.
Mum, I'll make you dinner, but you got to pay for it.
He's making a deal. You're making a deal. That's fine. We'll leave that to you to
So
coordinate.
you're going to have about 2 weeks, give or take, to make this happen.
Yeah, I reckon I can.
And if I've not heard
Yeah.
anything,
I'll create a vlog. I'll do a vlog.
Yeah.
record
Yeah,
it,
yeah, yeah.
send it, we'll edit it, yeah?
There you go.
And if I've heard nothing from you by Friday, I'm going to be emailing your mum and making sure that she
What we'll do
makes
is
it
we'll
happen.
clip that bit where you promised to make her
Yeah,
a meal,
yeah.
and we'll just email her that.
Yeah.
Mum, I will make you food.
There you
George
go.
has made that comment.
That promise. And what you can't do is the equivalent of what you did for the last challenge, which is sort of do 10 minutes of cooking.
Yeah.
Yeah, like when your mum's cooking,
Not-
you can't just like shove the peas and,
Yeah.
and just.
You can't take it out of the oven and say, look, I've cooked
Do
a
you
meal.
put peas in like a saucepan?
Yeah, you can
Cook them
do.
in many ways.
With water.
I
You put it
microwave
in with water.
personally.
Peas are actually
With water,
disgusting.
Yeah.
Boil them.
You're not a
Yeah.
fan of peas?
No, they're gross.
It's
They're
a
all
contentious
mushy and
decision.
disgusting.
I used to hate peas, but they grew on me. They're quite
and
nice.
tomatoes.
I prefer peas to war.
Yeah.
To what?
Same. So
Repeat that. Repeat
I
that.
said I prefer peas to war.
We're just. You ever watched the Royal Family TV show?
I think.
That's old now.
Yeah, because there's a scene in there, wasn't there, talking about what do you want for Christmas? So I'd like peas, and so we'd all like a bit of peas at Christmas. And then David just said, no, I literally just want peas, and you just made me think of that.
There you go.
Peas.
An old
Peas
TV show,
out.
an old TV show reference.
Or carrots.
I feel like we've all waffled a bit today. So when we're talking about the biggest waffler,
When I listen to podcasts, I like listening to just waffle.
Yeah.
no, it's nice.
I know, it's something I like doing as well.
Exactly. You like waffling?
I love waffling.
So go on then. Let's round it out. What's going on? What's going on? What's been your big kind of reflection of this week?
Brilliant. How was your week?
Go on then. Take us through.
What happened on Monday? Monday.
It's going to be the worst Craig David remix ever.
Monday. Oh, I went to school really. I think that was it.
Yeah. Monday to Friday you went
Yeah.
to school, hopefully.
No, Wednesday I didn't go to school.
Oh, Wednesday, of course.
On Wednesday, the 1st of February.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Teacher striked.
Do you know why they were striking?
They're not getting enough
Funding.
funding and money.
Yeah.
Because I do hear complaints about how students borrow their teachers' pens, and well, the teachers are buying all the pens and
Yeah.
stuff like that. I thought that would be funded by the school itself, like the stationery and equipment that's needed. I thought that would have been funded by the school.
So we actually put something out on the train Instagram about this on Wednesday, and it was something that was actually received relatively well. It's just a bit of information on why are teachers striking. Do you think it's important then that people have that voice where they can say and share their grievances and are actually listened to and heard?
Definitely,
Yeah.
definitely. Because especially at this point in time now, where the cost of everything's going up, and wages aren't changing that much, and I think everyone needs to understand that you need money to survive. You need the basics to survive, and people, they're getting really expensive. Just But bills, what was the thing that went up?
Cost of
loads?
living.
Cost of living crisis,
Fuel.
energy.
I want energy, yeah,
electric,
everything's going up, and they need the money to pay the bills, and they need money for food, and I don't know, everything's going up. They're not getting as much as they should.
As in, teachers don't have enough pens.
Yeah. No.
And resources.
It's like the schools aren't getting funded enough.
Yeah,
The schools aren't getting
exactly.
funded enough.
Yeah.
Kids can't get the best education. If we don't get good education, we can't have good futures.
Yeah.
So you feel like it actually this affects your future, right?
Well, yeah. One, obviously leaving school soon, but it does. Like, if we don't have enough, if the pay's bad, it's going to put teachers off to teach. Then we're not going to have enough teachers. There's going to be bigger classes. There's not going to be enough focus on students, and just all things like that. Just things around school, like stationery, equipment to fund them. But I know that people in my school, like kids, are actually fundraising to get like more equipment around the school because the school can't fund it all.
That's a very insightful comment, and I think it's great that young people are able to recognise the importance of resources and the importance of education as well. Talking about classes become bigger, less focus on individual students. Of course, not everyone learns the same way. So no, I think you've made some very good points there, Ruby. Nice comments, I like it.
Yeah.
And I like as well, we're literally just talking about waffling, and we started by talking about how George's Monday was, and now we're talking about national educational strike. So
Am I prepared to change the topic again?
Oh,
what's
go
on
on.
your
What's
mind?
on your mind?
What's on your
I
mind?
think this smart was making you really
Smart.
Smart, I am smart. I believe it was Thursday, or it might have been yesterday. I got my reports back from school.
Okay.
I predicted GCSEs
Yeah.
and do well. I think I should pass.
You happy with your reports back?
I am happy with them because I don't know. I enjoy school. I do like school, and
Yes.
I don't mess around. And I think if you enjoy school, then it'll be a lot easier for you.
Yeah.
Have you got any tips on how young people can enjoy school more? What advice would you give them if they're finding school a bit difficult?
Explain to your teachers like what your triggers are, the things that will get you angry, annoyed, sad, etc.
Exactly.
And they'll take into consideration what that is that will set you off. And if you feel like it will happen, just explain to them like, can I just have 2 minutes outside? I just need to calm down. And then, just avoid the triggers.
Brings us back nicely full circle to what we talked about at the start, right?
Yeah.
Which is asking for help and just talking about how you're feeling about things, you know. And I think it's, clearly it's important to just be comfortable to kind of share how you're doing, what you need. If you need 5 minutes, if your trigger, like you say, is, you're going to get something's going to make you angry, or some kind of behaviour is going to make you angry. That's important, right?
I have a friend that goes to my school, and I remember him telling me that one of the teachers asked him what set him off, and his response was when a teacher would shout at him or would raise their voice, and they solved that by him just, if he can feel himself getting annoyed and like back chatting to the teacher, something that would get the teacher to shout, he will just go, like the teachers know about it, he will just go outside and he'll stand outside for 2 minutes. He'll just sit out there. And then once he's calm and ready to go back in, he'll just come back into lesson and we'll carry on.
And that's what works for him. That's awesome.
on my school you can get an exit card.
Yeah.
Which is like you can use your exit card and have 5 minutes, go like a little 5-minute walk or break, then come back in.
It's really good as well to be reflective on our own being and the energy that we put into the world. It's important that we can sit back and recognise how we impact others as well, because it's not just us being affected by how we feel. And if we internalise it, if we keep it all bubbled in, let's say you've got a bottle of Coca-Cola, it's a fizzy bottle, and you shake it, you keep on shaking it, what happens when you take the lid off?
Explode.
It goes everywhere, exactly. And it's the same with us. We need to, as Ruby was saying, step by step, you just open that lid ever so slightly and just let the carbonated
that noise
Oh my
there,
god,
and then it just
Back
comes
again.
out.
it's coming to the end and it's
Talking about full circles, the blues and twos are going back
that's
through
a turn,
again.
that's
This
it.
is amazing.
That's fantastic.
It's almost
poetic, isn't it?
That's it. There's
Yeah.
obviously a lot going on in Didcot on a
Yeah,
Saturday.
yeah.
That, Ryan, I think that's a really nice point to leave this episode on. So I think
Definitely.
we'll bring that to an end there. We'll do a couple of shout outs. Didcot TRAIN on Instagram, on Twitter, wherever it might be. Follow us on YouTube. Ruby and George are very unhappy about the level of subscribers we've got at the moment.
Yeah, come on. What's
It's a bit
happening?
embarrassing.
No. We have over 100 views on the last podcast.
We could have 100 subscribers.
We have 6.
So we need more, is
No, we
what
have 10
George said. With 10
subscribers.
subscribers, that's not
10
too bad.
subscribers.
All them people who viewed it subscribed, we were on 100.
We'd be on 100.
Yeah,
right?
you get
Should we set a goal? And,
Go on, okay,
and
what's our
if we reach the
subscribe?
goal,
What's the goal?
we've got to do something.
Go on.
Oh
Okay.
no!
We've got
6 now, 10 now.
We've got 10 now.
What do you want to get to and by when?
I'm saying the end of March.
End of March.
We'll be at 50.
2 months.
No, 50.
50.
50.
50 by the end of March.
If we reach that,
Yeah.
then we've got to do something.
And George
nice
has to do a
bar challenge.
forfeit.
I don't mind doing something
I'm
embarrassing.
not doing it.
What about a nice bath challenge?
I'm not doing
Nice
it.
bath.
You get in a bath with ice.
Yeah.
And then if we double that,
Cold bath.
and if we double it, George just
I was thinking we just have a pizza or something, but if you want to do
Yeah.
an ice bath challenge.
We'll do a mukbang. Oh my god,
Yeah.
we'll do a
Yeah.
mukbang.
no.
Oh my god.
You make a really good point though, that if you give people an incentive to subscribe because they get to see something at the end
That's
of
it, yeah.
That's a great point to make.
Right, so if
Born
we get
natural
to 50
podcaster.
at the end of
50 by the end of March.
George will drink a whole bottle of hot sauce.
Well, I tell you what, we've asked people for Ask Ruby. We'll ask people as well. What do you want to see us do if we get to 50 YouTube
Yeah.
subscribers by the end of March? Give us your comments. Give us your stuff. We'll put something up on Instagram when this podcast goes out. We'll have a box in the office. You can let us know, ask your questions. To just finish us off, as we always do, Ruby and George, I want one word from both of you to just sum up kind of how this second episode has gone. How you're feeling? Interesting. Comfortable.
Good.
Okay. Everybody, this is us signing off, episode 2.
Yeah. Didcottrain.org.uk, Didcot TRAIN on social media, and then of course Didcot TRAIN inspiring young people on YouTube. Check us out, reach out.
Mum, I make you dinner, but you got to pay for it.
I don't know how you stop it.
Just press the stop button.
Thanks for listening, everyone. If you've been affected by any of what has been discussed in today's episode, there is lots of support out there for you. It is always great to chat with friends or family about how you are feeling. Or you can call Samaritans on 116 123 or Childline on 0800 1111. Anytime, any day. They will be there to help. And if talking on the phone is not your thing, you can text the word SHOUT to 85258 for text message support. Again, anytime, any day. Remember, everyone can feel low and you are not alone. Reach out and talk. It helps. Thank you for listening.